Hello, welcome back to Trailer Trash. Hey, you guys know what I used to enjoy being a fan of? Yeah. Star Wars The Acolyte. Let's check it out.
Close your eyes. Your eyes can deceive you. We must not trust them.
I don't know, when that one kid in episode 3 saw Anakin, I think his eyes were telling him exactly what was going to happen. Just saying.
Tell me what comes into your mind.
Life. Balance. I see fire.
Boobies! That's why I can never be a Jedi. You know, I was going to make a comment about the chick from The Matrix, but it's fucking A. There's something straight from The Matrix.
Someone is killing Jedi. It doesn't make sense.
What happened?
I sensed darkness.
Okay, so what I'm getting from this is essentially a what do they call that? String kata? No, the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon style kung fu movies of people just like flying all over the place doing crazy stunts. Is it basically that, just with Star Wars slapped on the title? It's kind of what I'm getting so far.
This isn't about good or bad.
Is that Trinity from The Matrix, or am I completely crazy? Sometimes it looks like her, other times it doesn't.
This is about power and who is allowed to use it.
What is that?
Well, I didn't know it was a Disney Plus exclusive. Otherwise, I would have just skipped it. I thought it was a new movie. My bad. They don't specify this shit anymore, and it's very annoying. I never know if I'm getting into a full-blown movie trailer or a trailer for some bullshit streaming and, some fucking streaming service. I'm angry. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. This actually looks kind of cool. And you know why? You know why this looks kind of neat. I mean, I lost all faith in Disney and Star Wars at this point, so I'm probably never going to watch it. But you got me on the fact that none of these characters, as far as I can tell, have anything to do with any other part of Star Wars history. Right? They didn't throw in... well, there was a Wookiee. I don't think it was Chewbacca, but, they didn't throw in fucking Darth Maul. There wasn't some CG'd monstrosity of Carrie Fisher. There wasn't some CG monstrosity of Mark Hamill. So it's not Ahsoka. So I kind of like this from what I see so far. There wasn't, some asshole being like, I got a bad feeling about this. There wasn't some, I don't know, fucking guy getting his hand cut off. I can't think of any other Star Wars references, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just its own thing. It's not trying to capitalize. I mean, it is trying to capitalize on popularity that once was of Star Wars, but it's subtle. It's not just constantly, at least again from the trailer, it's not constantly bombarding you with, hey, remember this from Star Wars? Remember this cool thing about Star Wars? It's just its own story, set in the Star Wars universe, completely removed from anything that has to do with any of the other movies. And I like that. That's what I liked about The Mandalorian, at least until, again, CG monstrosity of Mark Hamill. Is that a fucking helicopter flying overhead? Anyway, that's what I liked about The Mandalorian, was that it was removed from the Star Wars series. Like, it had the familiarity of Star Wars. It was obviously the Star Wars setting, and it made good use of that setting as far as I was concerned. But it wasn't, again, overbearing with the references until Ahsoka showed up, and again, the Mark Hamill bullshit. It was just its own story. It was completely unique, completely cool. Though I did always have an issue with the fact that when he was collecting bounties, he was putting them in kryptonite, carbon freeze. I kind of thought that was weird, and I've never seen anybody else mention that, because I always assumed when Boba Fett got Han Solo and carbon freeze, that was just a test. That was just for the heck of it, to see what would happen. Like, Boba Fett was there, he captured Han Solo, and they're like, oh, hey, they have a carbon freeze chamber, why don't you shove him in that? Like, that was always what I got from it, because, like, they have to check his vitals after it happens to see if he was even alive still. So what good is that for bounty hunters if there isn't a guarantee they're going to still be alive, right? So I always thought it was strange that Mandalorian had his own carbon freeze thingy in his ship. Strange. Anyway, Star Wars, The Acolyte. Let's check out the comments. Star Crouching Matrix Hidden Dragon Wars crying. Hey, my man. There's always gonna be somebody who just nails, like, the thing I say. It turns out, at least usually. I mean, I like that, because it means that I'm not totally crazy and out of touch. Right? You know what? I'm gonna watch my weight instead. I'm down for anything with a focus on Jedi versus Sith and more lightsaber fights. They need to lean hard into more of this side of Star Wars with the dueling and mysticism. Yeah, kind of like that one trilogy, episode 1, 2, and 3. I liked those trilogies. I liked them before they were cool. Is that how that works? No, but seriously, I remember I loved going to see them in theaters because I got to go see Star Wars in theaters. Like, growing up loving the original trilogy, it means a lot when you're a little kid and going to see. I mean, yes, nostalgia has a lot to do with it, but the experience was, it was a good, I don't know, it was an enjoyable experience. And those movies, I don't know, they have a feeling about them. They feel like George Lucas movies, Everything since has seemed disconnected in some way. And again, also seemed to be more just like, hey, remember Star Wars? Remember that cool shit that happens in Star Wars? Here it is again, but modern and Disney-ified. But the original two trilogies felt like the man who created Star Wars had his hand in them, and so they felt like authentic Star Wars experiences. And so I will defend the prequel trilogy to the death. No, I'm not saying they're good movies. I'm just saying that they deserve more credit than what they get, honestly. Because, yeah, again, they lean more into the dueling, the cool, martial arts of the Jedi, that whole dynamic between dark and light, which, of course, the original trilogy had, and, of course, the last trilogy just completely missed the point of. Like, just where was the conflict between light and dark in that? It fucking beats me. To quote the great Darth Vader, no! A Wookiee Jedi? Yeah, this is gonna be fun to watch. Oh, I didn't think that Wookiee would be a Jedi, but that would be fucking badass. The coolest character in all of Star Wars. Well, I mean, it's a bit of a stretch, I know. But was it the Clone Wars? It must have been the Clone Wars, where there were younglings on a ship. I can't remember the full episode, but they had to, like, pick out their lightsabers or something. They're doing some training, they're on a ship, but it gets attacked by the Separatists. And it's just the younglings. I think Ahsoka shows up to help them out, but they have to, like, band together to solve this dilemma they're in. But there's a fucking Wookiee youngling whose lightsaber handle is made out of wood. It's just so fucking badass. I'm like, that's the coolest thing ever. Yeah, Wookiee Jedis. Like, fuck yeah. In fact, I have a hard time getting into Star Wars The Old Republic, the MMO, because there has yet to be, I mean, it's been a while, maybe they've changed it, but there's yet to be a Wookiee option. And I'm just like, why not? Why would you avoid Wookiees? Like, every RPG instance of Star Wars involves Wookiees. Why is your MMO missing that part? Like, the fuck, man? Wookiees get no respect, I'm telling you. They made Trinity a Jedi? Okay, I'm in. Okay, that was Trinity. I had to be sure. I have to use the comments section of a YouTube video to clarify, to make sure I got my facts straight. That checks out. I don't support Disney. More Disney Star Wars shite. For fuck's sake, not again. How to kill a $4 billion property. Another day, another D+ show dead on arrival. It's funny. Disney Plus D. It's like a grade. Yeah, it's given the fact that, you know, I'm with most people. I like to be a contrarian, but yeah, obviously I'm with most people when it comes to the idea of, hey, Disney, enough already. But yeah, it's true, and it's so strange to me that this is what a lot of, at least in this comment section, and I'm sure a lot of other people who aren't on this comment section feel, but you know, they seem to think that this shouldn't be a thing, and yet Disney, this huge multi-billion-dollar company, they're just going with it. Like, do they pay attention? Like, do they see trends? Do they like, what about this? Were they like, oh man, this is it. This is what's gonna make people love Star Wars again. This is what's gonna make people love us again. I don't like, how far removed from reality do you have to be to be like, yes, what we need to do right now, ladies and gentlemen, is more Star Wars. I don't know. It baffles me. But you know, money is money, I guess. Even though I imagine you don't make your money back. That's not true, because, you know, China's a big market for them, I'm sure. And I think they probably still love Star Wars. I mean, why wouldn't they, after such great characters played by Asian actors like Rose? Thanks for watching.